A single hug can make a woman fall for you or make her never want to see you again. And here is the terrifying part. Most men have absolutely no clue which one they are doing. Science tells us that humans form a judgment about physical comfort within the first 4 seconds of touch. 4 seconds. That means by the time your arms close around her, the verdict is already in. If you are making the mistakes we are about to discuss, she has already mentally filed you under never again. A hug is not just a greeting. To a woman, it is a full body scan of who you are. It communicates your confidence, your intentions, and your level of self awareness. When you touch a woman, you are broadcasting a message through your nervous system to hers. Most men are accidentally broadcasting the wrong one. Once you understand what to avoid, the right way becomes effortless. The first major mistake is what we call the dead fish hug. This is when a man wraps his arms around a woman but provides zero commitment. His hands barely touch her back, his body stays rigid, and there is a visible gap between them. To a man, this might feel like being respectful of her space. But to a woman, the message is that he doesn't actually want to touch her. This creates an instant feeling of rejection. Nobody wants to feel like hugging them is a chore or a source of anxiety. If you are going to hug her, commit to it. Your arms should make contact, and your hands should rest firmly, but gently, on her back. A half-committed hug is far worse than no hug at all because it signals a lack of presence and a lack of masculine grounding. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the human hydraulic press. This is the man who hugs a woman like he is trying to merge their skeletal systems. He locks his arms like a vice grip, making it hard for her to breathe. While he thinks he is showing warmth and enthusiasm, he is actually signaling that he has zero awareness of her physical comfort. This is a massive red flag. In the world of female psychology, physical overpowering without established trust triggers a threat assessment in her nervous system. She doesn't feel protected, she feels trapped. The ideal hug duration is around 3 seconds, long enough to feel connected, but short enough to let her breathe. Then there is the buddy slap. This is the hug where a man taps or pats a woman on the back like he is burping an infant. This rhythmic tapping is a self-soothing mechanism that men use when they are uncomfortable with intimacy. If you are interested in a woman, this pat on the back is a neon sign that screams friend zone. It turns a moment of warmth into a platonic teammate's greeting. If you want to convey that you are comfortable and confident, just let your hands rest still on her back. No percussion is necessary. Stillness communicates more confidence than nervous tapping ever will. We must also talk about the mistake of traveling hands. This turns a warm moment into something calculated and predatory. If your hands start on her upper back, they should stay there. Moving your hands toward her waist or lower during a first or casual hug is a boundary violation that most women never forget. It tells her that you are more interested in your own gratification than her comfort. Your hands are not tourists. They do not need to see the sights. Respect the geography of the hug. Another common error is the sidearm deflector. This is the one-arm side hug. While this is fine for a colleague, it feels like a demotion when a woman opens up for a full hug. If she offers her full presence and you give her a sidearm, you are rejecting her energy. It makes you look like you are afraid of her or that you are too cool to be human. Match her energy. If she goes for a full embrace, meet her there. Do not look for an escape route before the hug even begins. Perhaps the most invasive mistake is the smell check. Some men take a long, audible inhale of a woman's hair or neck during a hug. While appreciating how someone smells is natural in a deep relationship, doing it in a first or early meeting is a total violation of space. It makes a woman feel inspected, not welcomed. Intimacy has a sequence, and skipping steps makes the other person feel unsafe. A first hug should communicate warmth and respect. The deeper stuff only comes after trust is established. The hug that does not end is another major issue. Always let her be the one to set the release point. If you feel her start to pull back or even slightly shift her weight away, you must release her immediately. Holding on past her comfort level triggers a loss of control response in her brain. She no longer feels like a participant. She feels like a hostage. Respecting her autonomy and releasing the hug exactly when she wants is incredibly attractive. It shows you are perceptive and not desperate for contact. Timing and perception are everything. Many men go for the premature hug before any rapport has been established. Assuming a woman wants to be hugged by someone she just met is presumptuous, not confident. Wait until the vibe and the conversation say it is time. When in doubt, let her initiate. Perception is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. It shows you are in tune with the world around you. Finally, avoid the look away hug and the narrated hug. If you are hugging her but looking over her shoulder at the TV or the room, you are telling her she isn't important enough for 3 seconds of your attention. And if you feel the need to narrate the hug by saying things like, "Oh, you give good hugs," you are turning a natural moment into a performance. Just be present. Let the silence be comfortable. The hug itself is the communication, it does not need subtitles. The common thread in all these mistakes is a lack of awareness. When a man is aware of her signals and respects her physical frame, something shifts. She feels safe and seen. That feeling is rare and it builds the kind of trust that leads to deeper intimacy later on. But mastering the physical side is only half the battle. You can give the perfect hug and still lose her interest if you don't understand the underlying emotional loyalty she has. Women are not loyal to what you do for them. They're loyal to a very specific psychological dynamic. If you want to know the one thing that actually keeps a woman committed to you beyond just a greeting, I have explained it all in the video on your screen right now. It covers the core of female loyalty and why most men fail even when they do everything right on the surface. Click it now to see the full blueprint. I will see you there.